What's going on, everybody? This is Gen716 back here again, and today the season is finally over as the national championship game just concluded. LSU winning 40 freaking 2 to 25. This was a really good game, at least in the first half, and then in the second half, it was just all LSU. Really, just all LSU, and I was just kind of shocked to see how how pretty much Clemson. It kind of looked like they kind of gave up in the fourth quarter. They were just fatigued. They were deflated. Everywhere in the book you can describe a team that just absolutely just lost it. That's what happened to Clemson. Trevor Lawrence, this was definitely not his best game. He looked solid in the first half. He missed some throws here and there, but overall wise, he looked solid. He was running the ball really well. I thought the offensive line held up and protected him very well. I think Clemson only allowed one sack this game. I could be wrong about that, but I think they only allowed one sack this game. So I think the protection was there. Even though that yes, they sent him a lot of exotic blitzes. They sent a lot of nickel and dime packages as far as blitzing goes. So. They tried to really confuse him. Again, LSU doesn't have phenomenal pass rushers. I know that Chason is a really, really phenomenal pass rusher. He might just be a first-round pick. And then, of course, they also had Michael Divinity Jr. back, who also made an impact a little bit as a pass rusher. But overall-wise, I thought the protection really held up for Clemson there for the most part. But Trevor Lawrence was just he was just not that accurate guy we saw during the last 8 game stretch. He just wasn't that guy. And even though it wasn't completely all his fault, because at the end of the day, the offensive coordinator, right? If Trevor Lawrence is not having a great day, you should have ran the ball with Travis Etienne. Etienne I think was averaging close to 5 yards a carry in this football game. You should have gave the ball more to Travis Etienne. The receivers weren't getting open. I know T. Higgins, he was hurt, and so they had to get a lot of the Clemson youth receiving as far as the receiving core. They had to get them in the game. T. Higgins was out because of a thigh injury. He did come back. But, Justin Ross wasn't really getting that open a lot. And if he was, the balls weren't delivered as properly as what we've seen from Trevor Lawrence over the last 8 weeks. This was just not a good game overall for Clemson, right? The defense held its own for the most part. But, again, it's only so much you can do, right? If your offense is not capitalizing off the possession that they have, ultimately, at the end of the day, your defense is going to falter. And I think that's what happened. The defense faltered, man. The second half came. Even in the first half, they made a lot of mistakes in the first half, right? They made a lot of mistakes in the first half, right? It was just a lot of bad defensive plays by Brett Venables, which is kind of shocking. They started off the game with split safety over the top help, and they did a phenomenal job. They kept sending a lot of pressure, but as soon as Steve Ensminger and Joe Brady adapted to what they were doing as far as the split safeties, they went away from it. They started to play a lot of zone coverage. They still try to send as much pressure, trying to really confuse Joe Burrow. But again, their designs are meant to kill zones. Matter of fact, it's kind of meant to really destroy and really expose this guy's coverages. So, I don't know. Clemson was just all over the place as far as just their defensive alignment goes. They just couldn't find an answer once LSU finally got the ball rolling. But overall wise, this was just not a good game for Clemson. This was definitely what this looked like the Clemson that we saw against North Carolina. This looked like the Clemson that was struggling early part of the season. It looked like that Clemson instead of the Clemson that we saw the last 8 weeks of the regular season, 8 weeks of the season, including against Ohio State. So they couldn't fight this one. Again, it was a crazy first half, right? Clemson at one point they were up 17-7, and then LSU made a run, and then at some point they were up. LSU was up at some point very, very huge, but at the end of the day, LSU just got the job done. They got the job done in the second half, and LSU is just battle tested. This is a battle tested team. You're talking about a team that's played 7 top 10 opponents. 7 top 10 opponents. You're talking about the Texases of the world. You're talking about the Alabamas, the Auburns, the Floridas, the Oklahomas, the Georgias of the world, and now Clemson. I mean, this is a battle tested team. And even though I don't think it's not a huge reason why they won, it definitely plays into a factor. Because you saw LSU play 4 quarters of just tough physical football. They didn't step their foot off the gas pedal. The defense, of course, is not the greatest in the world as far as the personnel that they have out there, but these are guys that can make plays. These are athletes. These are 4 or 5 star kids that can make athletes out there, that can make plays out there. And you saw LSU, for the most part, the effort that was given on every single play, it was for 4 quarters, while you saw Clemson slowly start to drift away. The execution wasn't there. And again, it played a factor into why Clemson was just deflated, why nothing was just going their way in the second half. So, I definitely think that battle tested, when people say that, hey, we're more battle tested, that's the reason why LSU was going to win, they definitely have a point. I think that definitely could be proven there. But as far as just talking about LSU real quick, man, hey, this is huge for LSU. I mean, you're talking about a team that has had this. They've had that Bama monkey on their back, man. You're talking about 8 straight losses. You're talking about a team that, like, you're talking about Alabama that's pretty much been in their way from winning the West. The mission was to beat Bama. I mean, you saw it all leading throughout that week against Alabama. The mission was beating Bama first. If you're gonna win the national championship, you're gonna have to beat Alabama first. So to finally get that monkey off your back by beating Alabama, and then what that actually means for the state of Louisiana, because they haven't beaten them since 2011. So what that actually meant by beating Alabama and then going forward, it was such a huge confidence boost. Then going out there and winning the SEC championship game, then going out there winning your playoff game, and then going at home in the state of in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, and then winning the national championship against a Clemson team that won 29 straight games in a row. That is absolutely phenomenal. This is huge. This is literally a perfect storybook ending if you are an LSU fan or an LSU supporter or just somebody from the state of Louisiana. You can't write the script any better. You get a Heisman Trophy quarterback. Ed Orgeron he's the guy that you've been looking for since the start of Les Miles or when Nick Saban was there. You got first round receivers. The talent is finally being utilized to the fullest of its potential, right? LSU has always had the talent. The problem was that they just never could bring out that full potential, or they just can't get it out of them on this level, especially offensively, and they finally got it out of them. They finally lived up to the hype. They finally lived up to the potential, and they have a national championship in New Orleans, which is phenomenal for the LSU Tigers and just phenomenal for the state of Louisiana as a whole. I know you guys have been waiting for a long time to win a championship. But to do it in the state of Louisiana, to do it in New Orleans, man, Bourbon Street is going to be crowded. It's going to be absolutely crowded. And if you were an LSU fan or an LSU supporter, you got to be really, really ecstatic. So congratulations to the LSU football program. Congratulations to the LSU Tigers as a whole for a wonderful year. Congratulations to Joe Burrow and his family. Congratulations to Ed Orgeron, Steve Ensminger. I know he lost his stepdaughter in that horrific plane crash, but I know that she will be proud of what her dad was able to do, especially going through that adversity and with him and Joe Brady coaching the 2 best games that they might have had, and it's just been an unbelievable year. Unbelievable year. Congratulations, man, to TJ LSU Dad. Congratulations to Mr. Duga. Congratulations to all the LSU YouTubers and all the LSU fans and supporters. Once again, you guys deserve this. I am a Bama fan. I don't like LSU, but I will definitely say that you guys definitely deserve this win. It's been a long time coming. You guys get the right to brag about it. You guys have the right to shove it down our faces. But, man, just much deserved. But we will be back. I will say this. We will definitely be back. And I'm telling you, man, you brought it home to the SEC, but we're taking that title back. Alabama 2020, baby, it's our year. It's our time to shine. It's our moment. We are going to take that title back in Miami. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, congratulations to the LSU Tigers. Clemson fans, you have nothing to be ashamed of. I'm telling you, Clemson will definitely be back. They will be in the college football playoffs next year. There's no doubt about it. They will definitely be in there. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Ross, those players, they'll be back. So no doubt about that. So Clemson fans, you have nothing to hold your head on. You guys played hard. you guys will be back. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Trust me, even though the season's over, I'll definitely be back with more college football coverage during the off season, so I can't wait for that. But like I said for the last time, that's going to be it for me. If you guys like the video, hit the like button, share the video, hit the subscribe button. It really helps out the channel a lot. Also, comment. Again, I want to hear you guys, your feedback. You guys know I will definitely respond. I would definitely like to comment, respond to your comments. And yeah, that's about it. So anyway, guys, it's Gen716. I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Roll Tide. Go Tigers.